Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ines. I love everything AR and VR related. And today we are in my little art corner. And this is my new big project. Let me explain the concept, the artistic vision. I will paint some flowers and then I'll add a robotic bee in AR smashing against the canvas. This could be a political statement about the extinction of the bees and that even robotic bees can't find any real flowers anymore because we are destroying the ecosystems. Or it's just a remake of this animation I did in university. Either way, I haven't touched my oil paint in quite some time, so I am terrified. Even a canvas as small as this is scary as fuck. So it was time for
Catherine Jenkins, and this is the Jenkins Art Studio.
It felt like I had to relearn everything I learned while I stumbled through these real easy and beautiful flowers. Look at this, you can like barely tell the difference. I also noticed my brush was in a bad shape, which explains of course why my flowers looked nothing like Catherine's. So I got new brushes and now it's time. No excuses. Let's go. Welcome to my studio in close-up. This is my reference. Clicky clacky. I also have a walnut oil. I read that Leonardo da Vinci was painting with it, so if the masters use it, I will use it. So let's get into it. Just to remember, this is my reference. I'm not sure what I'm doing here with this orange. Nah, I will just stick with it for now. Perfectionism didn't bring me anywhere. These are my colors for the petals. This is for the buds. This is for the inner stuff. Next time I will paint an enormous canvas. Wait for it. Remember what you learned, Ines. Let's see what I learned. I'm so nervous. Looks good. Looks fine. Looks fine. Looks good. Oh! Oh my god, it's so cute. Do you see this? Oh my god, I'm so excited. It's so cute. Okay, keep up the momentum. This brush does make a difference. It's so crazy. Especially because my background's already a good base, it kind of looks legit, like it looks pretty. What do you think? I think I'm pretty happy with it. I will just leave it like this before I mess it up. In the meantime, I'm looking at all kind of mechanical bees for a very sleek, modern, white look. I want to give the impression that it comes right out of a sci-fi, modern, utopian future. I just found this super cute 3D model of a robot bee. This looks so good, and I will try to replicate that. So let's see how it goes. I think it's fine. Nobody's looking that close anyway. Alright guys, I'm gonna take a little break. 1 day, 5 days, a month, who knows.
6 months later.
So I procrastinated a little bit for the only reason that I was so afraid to animate this bee. Yesterday I found some motivation to finally finish it. Let me show you how the animation looks like right now. Bam! Comes flying in, bounces up, and then just chills here in front of the image. I kid you not, I was overthinking this so much. I had such high expectations to myself, and it kind of blocked me from actually working on it for such a long time. But we have one frame here, bam, the next frame it's all squished up, and then the next frame it's gone again. So it's really just like 2 frames of animation. I don't know why I got so caught up in this, but it's finished and I think it looks pretty good. I added a little tumbling here. In the end, I added like 20 frames of just idle animation that I can just use in Lens Studio and animate the bee around how I want it. I also threw the 3D model into Substance Painter. This step is always super magical because look at this. Oh, all these cool scratches, all this detail, all this history that this bee suddenly has, bouncing against walls, fighting off cats or whatever. I love Substance Painter. I also added this solar panel material on the wings so it can get some energy while it flies around. So now we have everything. We have the model, it's rigged, it's animated, and we have cool textures and materials. The next step is to put everything into Lens Studio, come back to this tiny painting, turn it into a image tracker, and then let the magic happen. I already imported a preview photo of the painting, and I also have a video to have it move around a little bit. So this is not a tutorial per se. I think I just will build this effect and just walk you through my process, if that makes sense. Let's try this one. Aha, yes, okay. I use the marker image because it has this useful script on it that resizes the objects so it always fits the marker. For the marker image though, we need to select our own. Replacing this in here. Let's add a plane, shadow plane, and I actually want to resize it and see if this is working. So let's do a PBR material instead. It resizes it, but it's too small. Ah, okay. Had to put it under the camera. Not that it's screaming that at me already, but let's put back the material on it. We need something to actually cast a shadow. Bee crash. Hello, buddy. just a little bit too big. Now the bee is repeatedly crashing against the canvas, which is fun, but I feel sorry for it. So let's add the idle clip. Like this. Let's move the crash animation down so it plays first. It should only play one time and then it should default to the idle one. Yes, perfect. I want the head, I want the corpus and the wings to cast a shadow, and also the butt. And then I just do shadow mode caster. So now the shadow plane knows that these objects should cast a shadow on it. Still doesn't cast it because the light also needs to have shadows activated. Don't want this to be a realistic behaving shadow. It should be more like a blob shadow that kind of indicates where over the canvas the bee is hovering right now. So I will reset all of those rotations. 180 on X, and now we have the blob shadow here. Let's blur it a little bit because it's still a bit further away. And now what I want to do is, after it crashed on the canvas, I want it to move like from flower to flower and scan them and do a little like beep boop beep boop, you know, checking if it's a real flower, and then it realizes it's not, goes to the next one, beep boop beep boop, and then continues that in an endless cycle. We can easily use a asset for that. It's called a waypoint tween, I believe. Ah yeah, waypoint tween. We have some objects in here, and the script takes the position of these objects and just sets a new tween after a certain delay. So I will also move this into the tracker so it always stays with it. The first waypoint should be on this flower, I guess. The second one should be maybe this one. So maybe I just put the bee underneath this one. Yes. I actually want the waypoint tween to start only after my intro animation is played. So we will need a little script for that. Bee controller. Let's put this up here. Let's see. And it's this one. Yes. It also needs a name, so move B. We don't want it to play automatically. Then I need a little delay, so I will use a little script snippet. So this is just a library that I started for myself because I'm using the same script snippets all the time, so I can just copy and paste it in here. And then actually I also want to start a tween, so I can do global tween manager start tween, and the object is the waypoint tween, and the tween is called move B. Let's change this to 5 seconds actually. Bam. Bam bam. Aha. It needs more time, 7 seconds. Aha. And I think it does a little jump right here. The first waypoint should be just in the middle. Right. Looks pretty good. At this point, I think I want to add the materials, so I have to import some textures. Like I have a bunch of textures now exported from Substance Painter. Importing those in here. And then I need to create materials for all of them. Substance Painter has this export option for Lens Studio. You get a base texture, a normal map, and a materials parameters texture, which is metallic, roughness, and I guess ambient, something ambient. White metal, and applying the white metal. I'll have to check actually on my phone how this looks like. Let's do this now. Let's check it out. It actually looks really nice. It's so cute. So next, I was smart. So I already added a scanning plane in here, which is just basically a triangle. And I wanted to just go through the flowers like zzz, beep, 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 meep, and then move to the next. Do this little robot thing. And I will use a holographic material that they have in here. Yes, this one. That looks really cool and definitely looks like sci-fi scanning. Let's put it down a bit and up a bit. I want to animate it, so I will add a tween, importing the tween scripts. That always makes a huge mess in the project, but we love the tweening, so let's not complain about it. Tween transform. This one should rotate from -70 to -100. Also faster and in a linear fashion. Yeah. And of course it shouldn't play automatically. Let's call this scanning, or just scan. Let's make it easy for us. And now I want to go into the tween waypoint script, and every time it stops at a new flower, I want to play this little scanning thing. Run waypoints. That sounds promising. And here. That looks really good. Then we need again our... Is it still here? Yes, it is. Scan plane, and we still need a reference to the scanning plane. I'll add it in here. And this gives us a new input field where I will drag it in. Scanning plane. Let's see what it does. Okay, it worked. That's great. So initially I turn it off. Then I play the animation. After that is done, I call a function to turn it off again. Does a scanning. More scanning. Yeah, no, I like the timing of that. I think it would be cool after it's scanned all of the 4 to like take a step back and start detecting them again, and then do it all over again. So I will add another waypoint 5, and it's gonna be a bit back like this. Yeah. I don't want the scanning to happen at this point when it just takes a look back. I want a different animation there. So let's change the waypoint script once again. I saw that we have a reference here to the current waypoint. So let's check if... Now if it's smaller than the last point, then it does the scanning animation. If it's the last point, then we just skip this step. Very nice. No scanning. Perfect. Now for the detection. So I want to have squares that beep, 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 just like a object classification or object detection, I guess. And maybe I can use the outline of the flower to visualize that it got detected. So for that, I probably need to do a little blendering. Back to Lens Studio, Holo UI. Let's import this. Okay, I will just check how this looks on the phone. Like, it's there, but it's not really visible. Maybe I will just use a normal unlit material for it. Let's try it. We are experimenting anyway. We need a new script. We already do a check here if it's the last one or not. So we can just say if it is the last one, detection anim. And this detection animation will look like this. Let's input. So we have detection corners. We need 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to have a fake animation basically using a lot of delays. And after maybe 0.3 seconds, I want to enable the next one. But it's really ugly. Let's ask ChatGPT to clean it up. So that looks good to me, like this. Yeah, pretty good. And then I want to disable all of them after that is done. Oh my god, this is terrible. If it works, it works. Come on. Let's check on the phone and then I think we will be done. I need to call this function not on delay event but on image target found. Otherwise it will just start to do the waypoint tween even though the tracking isn't found yet. Yeah, perfect. That was an easy fix. So, last thing I will do, and then it's done. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Is audio, sound effects. It's done. I call it done. Oh no, I still have the flowers. Sheesh. Okay. Okay, let's try it on the phone. It gets so dark here. I'm not super convinced, to be honest. No, it's fine. I need to get my perfectionism under control and just call it a day. And this is the end of the video. We finally made it. I'm so happy how it turned out. If you like this kind of video, click the subscribe button, the like button, the bell, all of that stuff, you know it. And let me know what you think about it in the comments. I would really appreciate any feedback, and I see you in the next video. Bye!